beautiful souls, the fastest growing criminal enterprise in the world. I can't believe that I'm having to say this. Child sex trafficking. I don't know about you guys, but I actually find this topic extremely uncomfortable. Watching the documentaries, listening to the podcast definitely brings up emotions. It stirs something inside to know that our children are being hurt and that the incredible humans that undergo these operations to free our children, the millions of children that get taken away for the pleasures of paedophiles, for Satanist rituals. It's just unbelievable. It's unimaginable that this is happening on such a grand scale. This is the real epidemic, and it actually angers me that news outlets, they talk about gossip and celebrities and things that aren't important in the world. This should be a priority. This is hands down the biggest problem that we have going on, and it's the reason why I've decided to ask the spiritual planes of existence, Maitreya, to ask, what's going on? Why now? Can we still have hope in the world? Or is it too late? Let's find out in today's transmission. It's episode 29. All right, we're just settling in, you see. And just like that, it's like the way of water. It's the way of water. You see, dear ones, no coincidence that there was a film by the name of The Way of Water. That's the time that you're in. That's the time that you're all in. It's a great time of the shaken to awaken. It's a great time to be alive despite the atrocities that are unfolding before your eyes. Why? Because the darkness cannot hold the light. So many humans are working on themselves. So many humans are raising their consciousness, which means that light is rising and rising, despite the fear, despite the conversations that speak about and of the fear. The fear is rising. This is happening. It's the worst time to be alive. It's not. We are here to remind you that this is not the worst time to be alive. We are here to remind you that right now is the greatest time to be alive, because you can indeed bring through more and more of your spirit. More and more of your spirit is awakening. And that is why so many of you are increasing the light quotient in your body. Some of you call it the Aquarian age. In fact, the representation is a water bearer, pouring water onto the land. That's what's happening. Water is being poured onto the earth, so much so that the darkness is unable to hold. Imagine sediments in a cup, just filling it with water and water. Anything that is not of clarity, of crystallized water, cannot sustain the clarity of this light, which means it must surface, it must rise, it must come out. And it must be transcended. There is no other way out, dear ones. So we are here to remind you that despite what may be unfolding on the news, what may be unfolding before your eyes and in your ears, you must remember in your heart, now is the time. These aren't just words. Now is the time to realize that anything that you have hidden within yourself, within your vessels, now is the time to bring that through. So many of you are building your light body. So many of you are being bolder and bolder. The courage is rising on earth. What a beautiful time to be alive. And of course, the atrocities that are happening is the darkness, the lower realms. The lower realms can't hide because so many shining the light. And that's why something like the abuse of children, of our children, is coming up. And there's going to be more because the structures are collapsing. There's going to be more unfolding. And we said this to you before, that this would happen in 2023. It's going to continue. This shakening to awaken is going to continue because it's the shifts within. And as more and more water fill the earth, fill you, fill your vessels, everything that you've had to hide, everything that you've had to repress, it's coming through. And don't be afraid of it. You should not be afraid of this. There's nothing to fear, dear ones. Bring it out, the discomfort. Anything unpleasant that makes you feel like you need to hide, you need to run. Be with it so that you may see it. Give it eyes, give it love, give it your light. Bring it so that it can come into the field of consciousness. That is how you raise your own vibration, and that is exactly what is happening on the grand scale of the earth. That is exactly what is happening right now, dear ones, as we are here with you all. This is the Great Awakening. And what can you do when you hear of such atrocities? Stay in your own field. Stay in your own energy. Rise, dear ones. Continue the work on yourself. Only the work on yourself can you be of service to others. Only the work on yourself can you be of service to others. Remember that. If you are unstable, if you have been shaken, return to your practices, ground yourselves, come back, give yourself a moment in stillness to come back, to collect yourselves, and then continue on your journey. If you have been shaken for a long time and you've found that you are unable to come back into your center, reach out for support. So many people have found their own strength coming through. You see, as we said back in 2020, the time is now, meaning that the energy center of the earth is direct connection to the solar plexus and to the throat chakra. These energy centers are being cleansed, which means use your voice, dear ones, use your voice. Use your voice for the greater good, use your voice for yourself to cleanse your own vessels. And that is how you assist in humanity. First and foremost, cleanse yourself. And with each individual cleansing, the earth will be collectively cleansed. And why now, you wonder? Why such events unfolding now? Why are you hearing about them now? Why are they coming to light now? You see, it's been going on for generations upon generations. Your parents went through this, your grandparents, your great-grandparents, and it goes on and on and on. It's not only now that something like child abuse is happening. It's only that so many of you are able to hold this darkness, meaning that so many of you have risen to such a state of consciousness that you are able to bring this through in the steadiness, in the strength of your being, without repelling it, without shying away and hiding. Be proud of that, dear ones. Be proud of what you are able to hold, and you must continue that, because it's only in the darkness can there be light. You are living in a world of contrast, so bring more of that through, bring more of who you are, the essence of you, the embodiment of you, the core of you. That is light, dear ones. Do not shy away from your own light despite the discomfort that you may feel. Continue walking in your essence, because you are grand. That is everything that you are. And in that, more of the unity, more of the movement towards the high dimensional frequencies, the high dimensional planes will come through. It's the veil that is being lifted every single moment of your time here on earth. And as we said before, and we're going to say it again, the veil is getting thinner and thinner. So many of you are peeling back the layers. And we are so happy, we are so pleased for this, because that means clarity. And with that clarity, it means that the lies cannot survive. And that means that the way of the water, that is, dear ones, the way of truth, the absolute knowing without the masking, without the hiding, the running. The way of the water is the truth. It's the direct correlation of the Holy Trinity that resides within you. The knowing, being, doing. Follow that. And remember, the more darkness surfaces, that means there is more light. It's nothing to be afraid of. It's a great time to be of witness, the unfolding of what is happening on the earth plane. Be there in strength of numbers as you are already doing so. Be there with your heart and continue bringing the fullest expression of yourself through. And that will free our children. And that will free your spirits. And we thank you all for being here.